And thank you for watching. Once again, Texas Gamer Geeks here. This time we are going to quickly paint Abraham. Abraham has a benefit of he's standing on top of a zombie, so we're going to be painting the zombie as well. First thing we're going to start with is the necrotic flesh on the zombie's skin. We'll cover his arms and his face. Again, paint's thinned down, so we're going to put on several coats so that we get good coverage. For his pants, we're going to start with desert yellow. Again, add a little water, thin your paints down so you get, it'll be a little thin, you'll need 2 or 3 coats to get good coverage on it. Make sure we get into all of the recesses, everything. We'll let that dry, we'll come back and we'll do a few coats of those again. For his shirt, we're going to do ash gray. Again, slightly watered down. That's why you can see it kind of the black bleeding through. Again, we're going to do 2 or 3 coats of this so that we get him well covered. Be careful if you make a mistake at this point. It's okay. It's easy to clean it back up. So just get the shirt painted. Make sure you get under the gun, under the different areas. I had to switch to a smaller brush so I could get behind the gun without painting the gun at the same time. Okay, to do the zombie's shirt, we're using Filthy Suit. This is from the Zombicide painting line from Army Painter. But the Filthy Suit just seemed to fit well. Sorry about being off the camera there. Okay, we've already completed several thin coats so that we have good coverage on the shirt, the zombie, and Abraham's pants. Now we're going to start a little highlight on the intestines using skeleton bone and some necrotic flesh. I'm using a little necrotic flesh on the intestines, the skeleton bone on the spinal column, which is sticking out, which you see there. Just light edging, and then we're going to cover it with red. And what this will do is it'll make some of the, we're going to use dragon red here to cover the intestines. But what it'll do, it'll just make the higher areas a little brighter, and the areas with the black will stay a little darker as the red dries on them. Okay, next thing we're going to do is barbarian flesh on Abraham's flesh. In previous videos you saw me start with the tanned flesh first, but Abraham is very fair-skinned, so we went ahead and just went straight with the barbarian flesh. It's thinned down, so it's going to take 3 or 4 coats to get good coverage on it. And then, as usual, we'll apply a wash to it in a little bit to get it to be exactly what we want it to look like. Okay, several coats later. Here we're going back in with the pure red, which is a little lighter tone than the dragon red, and just hitting some of the high points just to help bring them out. Okay, going back in and painting his fingers with barbarian flesh. Be very careful with the fingers. You don't want to just smear it all on because you want the definition in between his fingers. Again, paint's thinned down, so let the first coat dry. Come back and do it again until you get it to the right. Once you get good coverage, you're ready to move on. Just adding a little pure red to the zombie's mouth. The belt is just black. We're just touching up his belt where we had some of the desert yellow bleed over. So we're just cleaning that up right now. Cleaning up a few of the mishaps on the gun with the matte black. Okay, for his hair, we're starting with Monster Brown. Now, Abraham's hair is bright orangish red. But the red will not be as bright as we want it to going on top of the black, so we're going to give it a good base of the Monster Brown, and then we're going to go back and we're going to apply a few series of red and orange mixed together. So first thing I'm going to do is get Monster Brown on there, just to give the red something to start with. And his mustache here. Make sure you have a good fine point on your brush, and just very carefully, very slowly paint his mustache, because we're going to come back and do that again. Okay, for the gloves, we're using leather brown. Okay, to start doing his hair, we started with a mix about 50-50 of the dragon red and the lava orange. We're going to put that down first, covering up all of the Monster Brown that we've already done. Now we've come in with a mix of lava orange and dragon red of about 75-25, and we're doing all of the hair except around the edges, because around the edges we want to maintain the darker area, and don't forget to do the mustache. And the last highlight that we're doing is just some pure lava orange, just a few streaks along the top and the edges of the mustache, just to give it the bright flaming red hair that Abraham has. Okay, we've lightened up our ash brown with some matte white, about 75-25, and we're just painting in all of the high points of the shirt, the muscle tone that's sticking through, leaving all the recesses of the dark ash gray. It's not a big contrast, but it's enough to, make it look like it's shadowed. Okay, just to do the highlights on his glove, we used Monster Brown, and we've mixed Desert Yellow and Skeleton Bone at about 50-50, and now we're highlighting the pants. Again, we're going to get all over except for the deep part of the recesses, and make sure you get under his legs, everywhere. Don't get the deep recesses. We want those to stay that dark desert yellow, and this will give us a nice shading effect. We're going to come back and wash this here shortly. We're going to leave his boots black, and just using the ash gray to do the edge highlighting to bring the boots out. Okay, I'm using strong tone and water. Took the strong tone in about 50-50 with water to thin it down some, because I didn't want to turn them brown. I just wanted to highlight them and show the yellow through. So there you go. Get it on, put it all the way around, make sure it gets in all the recesses, and then don't let it pool up anywhere. So that's what you see here. I'm going back and just trying to clean off some of the excess. I still want the desert yellow to show through, but I wanted it washed so that it really deepens the recesses. For his skin and the shirt, used soft tone, and again, same thing, soft tone and water about 50-50. This will make his skin really look nice. It won't be all one color. It'll fill in the recesses, and it'll really give his shirt definition. I'm edging the gun with gunmetal, just to give it some definition. And the zombie was washed with the dark tone and water about 50-50. I apologize, you do not see it here. I was completely off camera when that was done. And again, I apologize that you can't see that, but you'll see them in the final. We did use dark tone and water about 50-50. And there you have it. Abraham's done. The hair came out really nice. The skin, the shirt looked good. I used a picture off of the internet from the TV show to kind of model him after. I hope you find this helpful. Enjoy painting. That's what this whole series is about, is to just get you started. So enjoy, have a great day, and thank you for watching.